So good, let's go. So what up, guys? Welcome back. My name is Luke, and guys, thank you so much for joining me today. So yes, before we jump into today's video, which is basically a continuation of this video, and yes, I posted this video about 3 months back, I believe. And yes, the whole topic was, or rather the topic of discussion was Heightism. And the question was, the overall question that we based our whole session on was, why is it that in society, women overall will rather give a man who's tall in height a chance with them more than the guys who are short, which is Heightism in its purest form. And yeah, I was just wondering, I mean, at the end of it all, whether we like it or not, height is not an indication of intelligence or financial status or a person's character or whatsoever. But then at the end of it all, women will still give guys who are tall a chance with them, which was funny enough. But nevertheless, guys, let's jump into today's video.
Definitely, you'd want girls who prefer taller men.
Okay, now, bro. Okay, let's say people are following their idol, né? Because at the end of the day, right, when you choose an idol, oh yes, this is the problem I have also. Majority of time we find that we look at idol in a good light of things also. When we think about our ideal woman, we only look at the good light of things. We do. Yeah, ideal, and everyone says ideal. Everyone is thinking, oh, damn, that's my type of woman.
Yeah.
That's
we know the bad ideals, right?
Yeah.
We know like there's two sides of the coin,
but
there's two extremes. That's the thing. Yeah.
So, and people don't look at the downside to it.
Yeah,
when we think about ideal, I don't look at the downside to it. How about, oh no, my wife is gonna be like this. I don't look at the downside to say, hey, I can find a wife like that, but damn, she's gonna be so dumb. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah, what if those physical attributes are one only lie with a female that I'll ever encounter, right? With the female that I encounter in my life, and she's not that smart, and she doesn't know how to carry conversations.
You see,
that's a torture for me.
For you, that's a torture.
That's torture.
For me, not so much. Cause I'll explain.
You sure?
I'll explain why. And I mean this with no offense to any of our female viewers at all. But in a relationship setup,
something crazy, right?
In a relationship setup,
yeah.
I like to be the voice of reason. No, I like to be the voice. You get what I'm saying? I like to be the voice. So you don't have to push conversation. You could literally like, yeah, I'll basically, and I think I've been guilty of this a lot of times. Okay. I recite, I dictate, and it's like a pitch the whole time, and I don't mind that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe my girlfriends in the past were really nice and like, oh, this guy's annoying, but they didn't want to say anything. But I'm just, yeah, you know, I like being the voice. So for me, that wouldn't be too much of a problem. You're joking, bro. Nope. That would be torture for me. It's as if I'm talking to myself. Because majority of time, right? Even if I get girls' numbers. You know, funny enough, it's crazy that you go for the girls you're looking for, right? You have encountered this. You see a nice person. Of course, yeah.
You talk to them. Bro, just to realize, shit, these people are so antisocial.
It happens. It does happen, yeah.
Which is crazy. Hence I say, when we look at ideal, you only look at the good side. We don't look at the negative side. Majority of times, these girls don't even know how to chat. It's like I have to always be pitching in the conversation. You know, talking. For me, that's torture in itself. I can't start a conversation and carry it.
Every single time.
Yeah, I mean, at least be that considerate. Let me put it that way. Considerate that, hey, I'm putting in effort. This nigga is trying to
reciprocate.
Yes, let me reciprocate the same energy. Hence, I feel like it's important that people don't judge others off face value, and we don't take major decisions such as relationship off face value, because it's ridiculous. And also, people tend to look at ideal in the light, in the goodness of it. They don't look at the negative side of it. So that's just my take. That's just my take.
And I agree with that point. With decisions like relationships, with choosing who you want to be with, both from a male and female point of view, face value, although we know it counts for a lot, because I wouldn't approach somebody unless I'm attracted to them physically, right? That's the first point of contact. We know this. But beyond that, there needs to be something else. Okay, so what? Guy is tall. Great. We start talking, but what else, right? The tallness isn't going to just like be there the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
And you know, you like, over time, I think it's a brain thing, or you know, the commonest familiarity. The moment you are like familiar with the individual, all those physical attributes
they
literally
tend to disappear.
Yeah. All you are seeing is this person for who they are as an individual. You know, because you find, funny enough, bro, I tell myself I'm attracted to girls who are light skinned.
Okay.
But in reality, I'm actually attracted to girls. I attract girls who are not light skinned.
It happens a lot, right?
You see, if they had to weigh them on the colorism spectrum, you know,
yeah.
they are far end. They're not even close to the standard
that you live up to, that you want.
That I want. They are like this.
I
I find them attractive, you know, and I think I know why. It's because majority of these girls, right, realize that, okay, it's not a bad thing. I'm just stating this. I know it sounds bad, but majority of these girls find that they don't fit into the world society standard of beauty. Hence, because they don't fit into it, they are beautiful, but they don't fit into that color, you know, accepted color in society. Hence, I feel like most of these ones work on a lot of their attributes, internal, you know, attributes and all. Hence, I find them very attractive. I find that this type of girls can carry a conversation. Like, you can, I'm excited. Hence, I tend to attack only those type of girls because they've literally worked on that. You know, those abilities that I'm attracted to. Can carry a conversation, smart.
Of course.
Yeah. I like that. I want to learn. I don't want you to listen to me. I'm different, you see.
Yeah.
You like to be the voice. I like to listen. I want to learn. What can you say? If I bring a topic, okay, what can you contribute to it?
Right?
I want engagement.
Yeah.
What can you contribute? What's your input on this? How do you see this? Because for me, that I find very interesting, and you know, it keeps me going. Because at the end of the day, I know that this is gonna fade.
Yeah.
I'll get used to you.
You will.
But the fact that I know, oh, this person is so smart.
My thoughts on the topic are, yes, we use face value as an initial point of judgment, but there needs to be something beyond that, right? You spoke about familiarity earlier, and I agree, because it's happened to me personally where what you were attracted to initially stops having as much influence as it had before. It stops actually mattering, and now you start looking for, you know, what's something deeper. Like, what is it that's going to keep us going? What is it that actually makes us click in a way?
Exactly.
And it's not always going to be the pretty face, the nice eyes.
It's not always, because you overlook that.
You tend to.
Hence, I feel like it's just so ridiculous, because at the end of the day, these will not stand the test of time. You will not stand time. Looking at this tall guy, you look at him and you just be like, oh, this nigga is not so smart. Oh God, this nigga is not so smart.
You find that happening a lot. You do. So definitely, it needs to be where as young people, as people in general, we know we've got our preferences, but let's try and at least explore. Let's be a little bit more adventurous.
open-minded.
Let's be open-minded. That's the word I was looking.
Yeah, don't. I feel like it's a wrong thing. Don't be stuck on what society prefers and what society sees as beautiful. Because personally, I've been proven wrong. My desires, many times, wrong many times, many times. Like I said, I feel like I'm attracted to light-skinned girls, but I attract the opposite.
I see.
You know, so it's reality. Life will teach a lot of us lessons. But you see, the most sad part is you find that people go throughout their lives so adamant about their preference that majority of them end up single.
They set unrealistic standards. Unrealistic standards in terms of...
Which is the most scary thing, bro.
Yes.
Like literally people can go through life with superficial standards and they'll reap the consequences of those standards.
And by the time you realize it, it's too late. It's way too late.
Which is painful. So personally, my advice to anyone watching would be just don't be so immature. At the end of the day, at some point, learn to compromise. Some people are like, oh, compromising is bad, but learn to compromise. So let's just watch the last part of this video, then we'll conclude.
My husband is 5'6", okay? And so he's a little shorter than me. And I always had it in my mind that my man had to be taller than me. And I ended up, making that compromise because I did like my husband. And I felt like he was a really great guy. And I'm going to go ahead and be real with you short guys out there. You are at a great disadvantage because women are set up to be like this. Women on a subconscious level, the reason why we would like a man to be taller than us is so we can feel protected. We can feel like this man is going to be able to dominate. You know what I mean? Because again, we need to feel that sense of security, and it plays into our subconscious mind that if a man is taller than us, that he is going to be stronger than us. He's going to be able to, defend us and fight for us and all these different things that go into play, which is why we do this, whether it be subconsciously or consciously. Right? And as a woman that is guilty of this myself, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys that if you are a short man, you absolutely have to have other things working for you.
Okay, so the first part, I disagree because I don't think women are made up like that.
I think she said that's how they... Well, I think
that's what she meant to say.
What she meant is that's how they wired biologically.
But everything is I feel everything is learned.
To an extent, yes.
Everything is learned to an extent. But then are you really going to move based on how you are wired? Or what your instincts tell you to do? Because, bro, our heart, full of deception. Oh no, my heart is telling me this. But you don't use your mind.
You don't use your mind. No, but I'm always going to go back to my argument that we are conscious animals. Okay?
That's the reason. There should be a distinction on that, though.
True. Key word, animals. Alright? And if you look at how the animal kingdom operates...
which doesn't sound nice.
I know. It's a sad truth, but we are animals.
Okay.
This is how the animal kingdom operates. The larger you are, the more powerful you are, the more prestige you are, especially if you're a male creature. Because keep in mind, in the animal kingdom, the females are always bigger, right? So now, if they're looking for a mate, it makes biological sense that they look for the biggest one. Like the largest one, the most dominant, the most ferocious one is their ideal mate. This is a law that they obey right down to their cells, man. Like, if you think of it in that way, you can acknowledge why it is that women would go for a bigger guy.
They move by instinct.
It's instinctive, it's natural, it's biological. She said it. She said what I said earlier. Security, protection, dominance.
But then it's different for us, though.
It's different because we have a conscience, we can choose, we can discern, but we cannot completely eliminate that part of us. As much as we try and be like, no.
Hence, there's intellect and logic.
There is intellect and logic.
To literally suppress those desires. Because this is the real world.
It is.
You see, we're not living in a jungle.
We're not living in a jungle in the sense that we're not eating each other physically.
And the way in which the world operates, you need someone competent enough here, not competent on face value. You know how the world is structured.
Of course.
The world's not structured like an animal kingdom where, you know, it's just like that. They have no hierarchies, bro. You see, here we have hierarchies that demand this. As personally, I feel like it's just so ridiculous. How are you going to choose someone who's just good, but here is there?
You wouldn't know. You would not know unless you
get to know them.
Exactly. And how do you get to know them? By approaching them. And what draws you to approach them? How they look.
Then you approach them and ensure that when you approach individuals, don't judge them by face value. Hence, don't judge a book by its cover.
Of course, keep an open mind.
Simple as that.
Keep an open mind as much as possible. But there's a reason why we approach certain people in the first place, right?
Which is fine.
Exactly.
Which is fine. But in terms of girls, whoever approaches you, please keep an open mind. Don't just dismiss them immediately. It's the same for us also.
Same for us guys, you know. We've set these unrealistic beauty standards for women, and anybody that doesn't fall under that category, we disqualify immediately. So there's a lot of really great women out here, but then we've got these really messed up, unrealistic views about what a woman should look like. Therefore, anyone who doesn't is like, okay, no, I'm not gonna go for her. I'd rather look at my phone and double tap. I mean, it's crazy. So it's all the same thing.
You see that double tap thing? It's ridiculous also.
Totally.
A lot of characteristics, face value. 6 foot this, play sport. Meet that person in reality. It's crazy, and I feel like that's number one enemy. These dating apps, bro. I don't believe in them. I don't believe in dating apps. No, I don't. I don't believe in dating apps. If it works for other people, well, that's good. But I don't believe in them because what we present there is face value. Literally, someone can just swipe you. Is it swipe left or right?
I don't even know how that
Okay, someone can just swipe you pass just because you look short or it doesn't look nice. His cheekbones are not chiseled. What do they? They're not chiseled
enough. Yeah.
Damn! Look at that beard. It's disgusting.
The beard doesn't connect.
Yeah, it doesn't connect. Oh my God, he's not light skinned.
Exactly.
Where does he live?
Oh, he is light skinned because I hear that's a thing now. Girls don't like light skinned dudes.
But at some point they did.
I did they ever? I don't know. Ladies,
yeah, at some point they did. I think.
But anyway.
Yeah, I think at some point they did. You see, face value and moving according to trends, guys. It'll cost us big time. It'll cost us. So I found this video as she was talking. I was just like, oh my God, this is so ridiculous. I needed to talk about it because I find it so ridiculous. You can't move by face value, and yeah, it's just great. So that's my take on it, bro. That's my take on it. So
yeah, man. Thanks for welcoming.
No stress. No stress.
I've said my piece. And to an extent I agree with her because I know exactly where she's coming from. I've been on the other side of on the short end of the stick, no pun intended.
Okay.
But
there is a pun already.
I have had the short end of the stick, but I can kind of like see where she's coming from, and it's something I've experienced. So we take all these points you've said. Yes, we shouldn't judge everyone on face value. However, we're not going to take away the fact that those kind of.
That's society.
Yeah, society,
and a lot of people
biology,
are just, they go according to what society says. So it's ridiculous. So if you're doing it well, good luck with your idols, because at the end of the day, there are consequences that come with every idol.
Totally.
And everyone will leave to face the beating that comes with whatever so ideal they follow. And well,
so yes guys, that was it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and yes, please leave your thoughts below. I really do appreciate that. Don't forget to like, and don't forget to subscribe, and guys, see you on the next one. Ciao.